Hello and thank you for joining us on ERi-TV. This is English news broadcast live from the headquarters in Asmara at 10:30 p.m. Here are stories making headlines today. Eritrean cyclist claims title of Best African Rider and Best Young Rider in Tour de Rwanda. Campaign to raise students' awareness on cervical cancer. Russia's defense ministry announces capture of Avdiivka. Munich rally against weapon delivery to Ukraine. Eritrean professional cyclist Merhawi Quddus clinched the title of Best African Rider, while Akhlilu Arafina secured the distinction of Best Young African Rider during Stage 1 of the Tour de Rwanda race today. The team time trial race held in Rwandan capital city of Kigali saw the Eritrean national team comprising athletes Merhawi Quddus, Akhlilu Arafina, Yafet Mulgeta, Metkel Iyob, and Nahom Zarai complete the 18.3-kilometer race in 21 minutes and 39 seconds. This outstanding performance placed them at the top among all participating national teams, with Rwanda in second place and South Africa in third. Eritrea's national team claimed the sixth position among all participating clubs and national teams in today's race. Belgian rider Jonathan Verveni, representing the Sodal Quick-Step team, emerged victorious in today's Stage 1 race, with Chris Fromm of Israel Premier Tech team securing second place. The Eritrean national team has previously won the Tour de Rwanda 4 times since it was elevated to a 2.1 level on the UCI in 2019. A lecture on the causes, consequences, and prevention of cervical cancer was conducted on February 17 for junior and secondary school students in the Central Region in collaboration with the Ministries of Health and Education. During the lecture conducted at the Orota Referral Hospital's Hall, Mr. Ephraim Zivai, head of fertility unit at the Ministry of Health, said that cervical cancer develops gradually and can be treated if detected early, adding that 99% of the cause are unprotected sex. Additionally, Mr. Ephraim pointed out that cervical cancer often presents no early symptoms and can take up to 20 years to develop into cancer, with the abnormal bleeding being a common indicator at an advanced stage. Mr. Emmanuel Gebrmatzion, head of communication and training at the Ministry of Health, urged students to grasp the importance of lecture and enhance their knowledge to help eradicate the cause of cervical cancer. He emphasized the significance of students' participation in vaccination programs aimed at prevention. During the event, a general knowledge competition was conducted among 14 secondary schools in Asmara. Meanwhile, a seminar was given to the residents of Edaga Hamus subzone by members of Has Regional Referral Hospital and Edaga Hamus Community Hospital on February 17 to raise public awareness about health services. In the seminar, reports regarding the hospital's activities in 2023, their modern equipments and professional capacities, as well as the prevalence of diseases and other pertinent issues from the previous year were presented. The community in Dubarwa subzone is making a substantial contribution to ensure equal participation in education, as reported during an assessment meeting held on February 15. Mr. Zamwi Mengstab, head of educational service in the subzone, highlighted that the community's initiative has resulted in over 1.4 million nafa being donated. He said that the new buildings that have been built in the village of Adikublo, Torat, and Adibzage have started rendering educational services. Explaining the first half of the year result, he said the pass rate averaged 85.5% from about 24,000 students enrolled. Providing an overview of the first half of the year's results, Mr. Zamwi stated that the pass rate averaged 85.5% among the approximately 24,000 enrolled students. Mr. Guban Haddish, head of administration and finance at the subzone's education ministry branch, expressed appreciation for the public support during the meeting. He also encouraged teachers to enhance their effort to nurture competent youth. Additionally, participants at the meeting shared their views on various related issues, fostering a collaboration exchange of ideas. ERi-TV, stay tuned for international news. Russia said yesterday, February 17, that its forces had inflicted a series of defeat on Ukraine's force along the 1,000-kilometer front line just as Ukrainian troops withdrew from the devastated eastern town of Avdiivka. The Ukrainian withdrawal from the Avdiivka paves the way Russia's biggest victory since the May 2023 capture of Bakhmut after the deadly battle that has thousands dead in a devastated city with barely building intact. Avdiivka, which had a pre-war population of around 32,000 and is called Avdiivka by Russians, was briefly taken in 2014 by Moscow-backed separatists who seized a swath of eastern Ukraine but was recaptured by Ukrainian troops who built extensive fortifications. The site in the industrial region 15 kilometers north of the Russian-occupied city of Donetsk. Before the war, its Soviet-era coke plant was one of Europe's biggest. It's the key to Russia's aim of securing full control of the two eastern Donbas provinces. These are among the 4 Ukrainian regions Russia says it has annexed but does not fully control. More than 1,000 Germans rallied in Munich yesterday, second day of the annual Munich Security Conference, MSC, to oppose the sending of weapons to Ukraine and call for peace. The 60th MSC opened in Munich on Friday. Ongoing conflicts in Ukraine and the Gaza Strip, as discussed, are the main topics of the 3-day conferences. Saturday's demonstration started at the King's Square at Munich city center. Demonstrators held signs reading "No NATO, no war, negotiation is the way out, and peace," calling on the US and its Western allies to stop sending weapons to Ukraine and seek peaceful agreements with Russia. We have to redefine our German relationship to the US and by this also redefining our relationship with Russia. A European infrastructure for security and peace needs to be created with Russia, not against Russia, said Mona Arena, the demonstration organizer. Demonstrators criticized Western countries for persisting in delivering weapons to Ukraine and profiting from the war, disregarding public moods. At another rally in Munich on the same day, demonstrators urged for peaceful solution to ongoing conflicts, emphasizing that there is no winner in the war. More weapons will only bring more violence. It creates a cycle of violence. We hope to use the demonstration to call on the attendees of Munich Security Conference to get rid of military mindsets and methods and adopt peaceful thinking to resolve conflict, said one of the demonstrators. A cold snap is gripping China's north region with heavy snow and severe thunderstorms starting yesterday, disrupting transportation and prompting temporary traffic control measures, while local transport departments have to provide temporary shelter for stranded people. The ongoing cold wave hitting large swaths of China until February 22 has led the National Observatory to extend the issuance of a blue alert for strong winds and thunderstorms. The cold snap coincides with the culmination of people's return journeys to their workplace from the Spring Festival holiday, and it will exert a substantial impact on road, railway, aviation, and water transportation. According to meteorological observation from yesterday and today, part of Xinjiang Autonomous Region and Gansu Province in northwest China witnessed strong gusts with typhoons called gales in Turpan and Xinjiang. Yesterday, severe thunderstorms and heavy snow lowered visibility to barely 20 meters in several road sections from Gansu, severely affecting travel conditions. Temporary traffic control measures were enforced on certain highways, stranding many passengers and vehicles. The local fire department went all out to provide accommodation and ensure the safety of stranded. Before we go, we have a quick recap of the top stories. Eritrean cyclist claims title of Best African Rider and Best Young Rider in Tour de Rwanda. Campaign to raise students' awareness on cervical cancer. Russia's defense ministry announces capture of Avdiivka. Munich rally against weapon delivery to Ukraine. And that wraps up our news broadcast for this evening. Thank you for watching. Good night.